I'm here to be granted a food allowance for my mother because I like to make my own food choices, what I want whenever we go shopping.
All right, you want a food allowance so you can pick what you eat.
Yes.
All right. How you doing today?
Fine, thank you.
And it's Debbie?
Mm-hmm.
All right, and you are Jordan's mom?
Yes, I am.
What do you think about this?
Jordan and I have had a long-standing argument about this issue for, I'd say, the last 8 years.
Okay.
He doesn't always make the right choices, and I'm concerned about giving him a food allowance.
Okay. So, you know, I operate from a place of truth. So let's go there, okay? Because everybody here is heavy. Right? I mean, let's just be for real. Because there's no shame in anything.
Well, since he was 6 years old, I'd take him to the grocery store, and he would have this big scene in the middle of the frozen food section regarding things that he wanted to have, whether it's fried mozzarella sticks or chicken quesadillas or I don't know, cheese blintzes. And he'd like to slide them into the cart, and then I'd slide them out and put them back, and he'd slide them back in, and I'd put them back, and then we'd end up with this big argument, and I'd say, no, this isn't the best choice for you. You know, let's learn to read the labels, understand what's on the labels, the carbs, the calories, you know, and let's pick other better choices.
Okay.
So we've been doing
well,
that for many years.
You're heavy yourself.
Yes.
And so it seems like you know what we're supposed to do. So tell me, what's your issue? Are you cooking stuff that you're not supposed to, or what?
No, I'm cooking healthy dinners for him. I think his...
Now, you have health issues yourself?
Yes, I do. My husband and I are both diabetics. So we're very concerned that Jordan is, you know, heading towards adolescent diabetes.
Now, is your father heavy too?
No, he's more trim and slim.
Trim and slim?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So you took after your mom then?
Yes.
Okay. Well, go ahead. Tell me, what's a typical meal?
Well, for a typical meal, usually for breakfast, we would have just plain cereal. On some days, we'd have toast. For lunch, I usually pack a lunch for school. I usually get a school lunch. I usually get like a salad they have and then some fruit. And then for dinner, sometimes we have pork chops or we have spaghetti, but we have it in smaller portions.
Well, let me tell you something. That sounds like a perfect meal, but something's missing. Well, you haven't missed many meals, my brother. Right?
Yeah.
How did he get to be, you're over 200 pounds, right? Mm-hmm. How did he get to be this size at 13? Mom?
I think a lot of it is sitting by the video machine with his, getting a lot of exercise in his fingers.
Okay.
You know, and not enough outside
All
running
right.
and playing, and you know, that's something that I've been pushing him for. You know, the doctors always said, you got to keep pushing him to go outside and play and get out of stop watching TV and playing the video games.
Now, you have a stable home, right?
Yes.
So was anything going on at the time at the house that would have made him want to eat more? Because, you know, sometimes people eat out of frustration and stress.
Yes.
Do you think that may be an answer?
I think my husband and I had some issues regarding food. He is not on the same page as me.
Tell me, what's the page?
The page is that, you know, he's trim and slim, and he can eat anything he wants, whenever he wants, whether it's ice cream or...
Don't you hate those kind of people?
Oh, yeah. The other day...
Yeah.
The other day it was lemon meringue pie. You know, I said, why are you buying this pie? We all went to the grocery store. We don't need a lemon meringue pie. We don't need ice cream. You know, we need to have fruits and vegetables.
So we got skinny husband who can eat anything he wants, bringing in all the good stuff, too much temptation, and everybody's just eating and having a good time. Basically.
Basically.
And so your parents used to argue about food a lot?
Yes, they used to do sometimes. And sometimes.
Now, how did that make you feel?
Well, it does make me feel sad because, you know, I don't like seeing my parents fight. When my parents fight, it really hurts me inside, too.
Do you think that's why you're eating, son?
I think sometimes that is kind of why I do like eating more.
Are you all still arguing a lot, still?
The food issues have been a major issue in our household for the last 6-7 years.
I wish we could have brought him here today, because that's an issue. Food is an issue. And it's like, you know, it's one of those situations where we like to put people down about it instead of trying to get to the root of the problem. Because if you have diabetes and health issues, you don't want the same thing for your son, but he's on the road to it.
Well, my husband has diabetes also, so he's not making any effort to change. So he's bringing in things that Jordan really shouldn't be exposed
So he's
to.
just a part. He's like the invisible man here, but he's a major part of it.
Yes.
Particularly with the arguing that's going on with Jordan.
You know, when I was a small child, I'm talking like 5 years old, I used to think however your parents looked is how you were going to look when you grew up. But obviously, that's not true. Sometimes that can be genetic, but for the most part, if you're severely overweight, that's not going to be passed down to you. However, I do think that kids do learn a lot from watching their parents. And if your parents struggle with food, you're more likely to also struggle with that. Now, the mother is clearly very overweight, and I know there could be a plethora of things that cause someone to be overweight. It's not always for lack of self-control and being able to withhold from eating. However, the fact that she seems to know that there is a very strained relationship with food in her house, I can assume that she probably has a strained relationship with food herself. Now, there's a lot of factors that go into being overweight, and a lot of it is emotional. In order for this family as a whole to address the real situation at hand, I think there needs to be a deeper emotional aspect rather than just, looking at the food itself, what's being eaten and what the portions are being eaten. I think we need to kind of get to the root.
Jordan, you getting ready to go to high school?
Yes.
Now, I have some notes here that folks have been bullying and teasing you.
Yes.
Tell me about that, son.
Well, for example, when I stay online for lunch, people would come up and just start poking me in the stomach, start laughing at me, and then they walk away. And then there are also times where we have play days a lot, and so someone he calls me a hippo or a rhino, but he's bigger than I am, so I try to not let it hurt me that much.
Well, you try not to let it hurt you, but that's not right. How does it make you feel?
It hurts. It hurts to talk about it too.
I know, but you're so brave. How many 13-year-olds will come on television?
Thank you.
This thing that we have with this bullying thing is out of control right now. Have you called the school about it?
I have talked to the school, and kids are cruel. They always are, and I've kind of tried to coach Jordan into helping him let it run off his shoulders. I had the same problem when I was in school as well.
Yeah,
So,
though, you hear about kids, good kids, who are bullied to the point where they go get guns and then they want to shoot up everybody. Did you know the extent of this? Because he's hurting.
I know.
Do you know what I mean? I really think you ought to look into this with him, because I know you have girlfriends or play sports.
Well, yes, I do like playing sports. We have soccer, and I like playing soccer and tennis a lot. But there are a lot of sports, like basketball, where people judge me on what I look like for being on a team.
And so, what, you never get picked?
Well, I have to get picked in the end, but but it's not like they want me. My teacher has to put me on a team, and then they get all mad and start sighing, and
that doesn't feel really good. Do you exercise at all?
Well, yes, I do exercise. We have a treadmill at home, but I try to exercise sometimes, but I know I'm not exercising as much as I really should be. Then my dad talks to me, and he says, "Sure, we will try and do this," but when he says where I want to exercise, he doesn't try as much. Like, for example, when we go biking, so my dad's diabetes, he gets tired more easily also. And so, so we bike like right down the street, but then he gets tired and has to go back inside for water. I can't exercise if he says he wants to help me, but he doesn't. And I know that I should try and do it alone too.
Sweetheart, you can't do it alone. You're only 13 years old. And if we didn't have family court, I don't know what you would do. You have your opportunity, you came here, and you will be heard. We're going to fix this. Now, this is something the judge could fix. I'm not worried about this.
I hate seeing him cry. These are my tear blockers. No, but it is really heartbreaking to see this young boy clearly affected by bullies, his weight, feeling like he has no control over it, because that's what he's coming here for. He wants control over what he can eat. And I'm sure it's confusing for him to feel like his mom is trying to get him to eat healthier, but she herself is still not healthy. And then his dad, on the other hand, is not trying to eat healthy because it doesn't affect him in the same ways. parents. And as a kid, that's a lot to take on. Now, kids are cruel. That's just basis of truth right there. I mean, I feel like everyone probably experienced bullying in some form. I sure did. It definitely affected me. It makes you feel like you need to be different in order to be accepted, in order to not be ridiculed just for being who you are. This kid is way too young to know what to do to become healthier. I mean, he's only 13 years old. He can't understand on his own how working out and eating right is going to help him to be healthier, but I don't think his parents are equipped to be the help that he needs.
What were you saying, Debbie?
I was saying that, we urge him to go with his friends, and nobody wants to do those things.
No,
they all want to sit around and play video games and watch TV, and we are trying to discourage him from doing that.
Debbie, I'm not understanding because you got it going on, my dear. You know all about nutrition and everything. What happened with you? What's your issue with regard to your weight?
I've been overweight all my life. Since
you were his age?
Since I was third grade.
Do you think that maybe that's why you're not as sensitive to when he cries about the bullying? Did people pick on you too?
Oh, sure. I went through the same thing he is, and I was trying to do my best to prevent him from going through that. And I shared the stories with him just like he does. When I went to school, my mom would give me half a piece of bread with a green pepper on top. And when I get to lunch, the kids would say, "What happened to the other piece of bread?" And I'd say, "I lost it on the way to school," because my mom wouldn't give me 2 pieces of bread. She'd only give me 1. Because you can't have the carbs, so she'd only give me a green pepper and a piece of bread,
Oh, so that's why food has become an issue in your life, where you can control what you. So you obviously you ate more than a piece of bread and a pepper.
Sure.
Okay. So what I'm saying is though, you may have resented how she was treating you with that. Was she heavy?
She was at one time, but she lost the weight. I had thinned out and dropped the weight as well, and then I had a baby, and life changed, and and became more of a weight, and. But it's hereditary. My father was a large person. We have diabetes in our family. So a lot of things are hereditary.
Yeah, you know what though? This is a part of being hereditary. We're gonna break this. Because I don't wanna see you gone. He is an only child. He needs his mother with him.
Right.
And your husband is 60 years old, although that's still very young as far as I'm concerned. And so I just think that I'm so impressed that he can fight for himself. It's easy for him to he's getting ready to go to high school and he's crying out for help. And I don't want to see him years from now, I'm reading the newspaper and they're talking about this kid, Jordan, who came in and just lashed out because of all this bullying. So I'm really, really concerned about it. But Jordan, I don't know if you're the best judge of being able to pick your foods. Because it seems like your mom knows what you need to eat, but it's just, you're going to have to want it. How bad do you want to slim down?
I want it really bad, but but I have learned from her that I do know some of the foods I need to eat. I do know I need to eat more vegetables, I need to eat more fruits, and I need to slow down on what I eat. And one thing I think, they say, if you chew slowly, you get full quicker. I've been chewing fast, so you just swallow it all down, and that's also.
Your innocence is just incredible to me. This is a bigger issue than just you, because we have to get the entire family together on what they need to do.
Yeah, I mean, he is so innocent. He isn't understanding how this goes deeper than just the food that he eats and how slow he chews. It's a generational thing. Clearly, she has been raised in a similar situation. She always struggled with her weight, and it's not an easy thing to overcome. I mean, some people are naturally skinny. Screw them. Am I right? I feel like for the majority of people, adults, we know it's not that simple. It's not just about eating the right thing and exercising. It's much more mental than that. There's a lot of self-doubt and self-hate that comes into play. And I feel like if they talk to the family as a whole and understand there is some generational trauma, that they can probably change the course of Jordan's life and help him to have just a more healthy relationship with his body and with food.
Debbie, as on the ball as you are about things, have you ever enrolled him in the program before? I mean, you didn't just let him get like this.
No.
Tell me what you did.
You mean a
some
diet
kind of weight loss program?
No, I haven't put him in a program yet. We've been looking at some
what
things that are
about the
available.
why, or has he joined a gym, or?
He wants to join a gym. We looked at that,
What I'd like you to do, because this is your only child, is not repeat the past. It's almost like you're reliving through him what you went through. And it's not fair. What we see now may be the result of a rebellion for what was done to you. Not to criticize your mother, because I always tell people, you don't get a handbook on how to be a mother or a parent.
No.
You do the very best that you can. But at 5 years old, trying to put you on a diet may have been a little bit extreme,
Right.
which maybe put resentment in your spirit, which is why now it was inevitable that you would end up being overweight.
But the doctors had said for Jordan at the age of 5 and 6 and 7 that he should just cut down on his portions and increase his activity level, and the weight will come off. That's been what we've been working on these years.
Yeah, but
And
he
that's
hasn't
not
done
working.
it.
Right,
So
it's not
is
working.
somebody at the house when he gets home? Tell me a typical day. If he gets home, are you there to feed him dinner? Does the family eat dinner together?
Yes, we do. Yes.
All right, that's unusual, because I don't
Try
know
to.
anybody who can sit down and eat family. And so when does he get the exercise?
At school, I think yes, he gets most of it at school.
Well, that's not a whole lot.
No.
They've cut out PE programs. They're telling us that we have to live healthier, yet he goes to private school or he's in public school?
Public school.
Oh, yeah, they're cutting out all of that because
Not
that's
his
not that important. Yet they want to tell us that we have to live right. You go to the dollar menu at any place, and they have all these things that are not good for you for $1. Yet the things that are healthy are so expensive. It costs to live and eat and change your life, and it's expensive.
Right, well, he says sushi is healthy. He's right, it is very healthy. But we can't afford $50, $100 sushi bills 2-3 times a week.
How?
you know.
Why would it cost so much? You can't just eat 4 little sushi?
No.
I'm a growing boy. I can't do that.
4?
All
More
right.
like 12.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm not a big sushi eater, as you could tell, so I don't know how that works. But that's not going to be necessarily realistic. And so what we're going to do is, and you didn't know this because you're only 13 years old, you come to court and you sued your mother to try to give you money to eat anything you want to eat. So we're going to restructure that a little bit because I can't let you just eat anything you want to eat, and I don't know how much money it's going to take to do that. But what I can do for the whole family, and not just you, Jordan, because Jordan cares about you, we're going to bring in a nutritionist to help the whole family together with the husband. Let me tell you something, sweetie. It's hard work. You know what I'm saying? I used to could eat anything that I wanted. Then I crossed that magical number, and then I had to start watching. But anything you want in this life, you can do, but it's not going to come easy. You can't just have surgery or take a pill or do anything like that. I used to represent, I was the judge that handled all the fen-phen redux cases, you know, the diet drug that people used to take. And I was amazed that people would put themselves in harm's way just thinking you can take a pill to fix it. You can't. This is your body, this is your life. I'm proud of you. You ignore the people who are bullying you because a lot of times it's going to give you the strength that you never thought possible. So what we're going to do is have a nutritionist come in the house for you too.
Including my husband.
Including your
Good.
husband, because I really believe it's a family issue. It's not Jordan's issue, it's not your issue, and it's not the invisible skinny man's issue, your husband. I think it's the whole family's issue, that we can understand that this is important and making this family a priority, okay? So Jordan, I'm gonna find in favor of you. I'm not gonna give you all the money you want to eat like you want, but we're gonna have a nutritionist come out to the house and set up a plan. And what you do is you need to get active, okay? If you want this, you want to be on the tennis team, you want to play basketball, you've got to do it. Nobody's going to do it for you, okay?
Yes.
All right, court is adjourned. Thank you. You're all teary-eyed. What's up? You all right? Yeah. We're going to get it all straight. You watch and see. Both of you've got to want it. You've got to love yourself enough to want this. Do you hear me? Because I can see so much pain, even with you. Do you hear me? So what you all have to do is make yourselves a priority. I want you to do that for me. Put the both of you first.
Oh, Judge Penny, the woman that you are. You know, the more of the family court I watch, the more I'm like, wow, she really is out here helping families, helping people. It's not just about court cases. It's about like addressing the real problems. And that's what I love about Judge Penny. Some people don't necessarily like it, but I think it's definitely what is missing in a lot of court cases. The humanity kind of gets stripped away sometimes. experiences. And I think it's easy as a judge to kind of get jaded by people, but I think Judge Penny does a great job at not letting that get to her and realizing that these people have a plethora of life experiences that have gotten them to where they are, and she has a lot of compassion and grace for that, and I really appreciate it about her. But I'm curious to know your thoughts on this case. What do you think about the verdict? Do you think it was the right move on Judge Penny's part? Do you think this family is going to work out, both literally and figuratively? I want to hear your thoughts in the comments down below. Leave a like and a follow, and I'll see you guys next time.